Warning: this video may contain historical inaccuracies. The history of New Zealand. The first humans to settle on New Zealand were the Maori people. According to them, the first person to find this place was called Kupe. This person came from an island called Hawaika, Polynesian ancestral island. He took his tiny little boat and ventured across the Pacific, around 700 years ago. The first European to find this place was Abel Tasman, approximate year 1642. Two kayaking Maori noticed him. Some communication attempts later, the situation went somewhat out of hand. 4 of Tasman's men ended up dead. He annexed this place for Holland and named it Staten Land. Thank God this island was later renamed to New Zealand, a much better name. In the year 1769, Captain James Cook was the first to map the entire place. Around 10 years later, he got brutally murdered in Hawaii. After that he was disemboweled. Then he got cooked until only his bones were left. New Zealand, prior to 1840, had around 20,000 European settlers, consisting mostly out of fishermen, whalers and traders. The Maori had around 125,000 people. But due to the increasing amount of trading between the settlers and the Maori, diseases and modern weapons made life a whole lot more difficult for everyone involved. Plenty of Maori chiefs were worried about some of the behavior of the settlers. They also feared a takeover of this place by countries like France. Protection was needed. The Brits sensed an opportunity, and proposed the Maori to sign the Treaty of Waitangi. This treaty was an agreement between the British Crown and the Maori. They can keep their property, but if they ever wanted to sell it, they could only sell it to the English monarch. Aside from that, they would pretty much get the same rights. From that day on, everything was hunky-dory. Until the day the English administration changed. The following administration was either stupid, or willfully misunderstanding the treaty. The Brits decided to take whatever they wanted. This led to the New Zealand Land Wars. After many people had died, the Brits won. The Maori lost most of their land, and were probably very sad about that. In 1975, the Waitangi Tribunal granted compensation to those who were wronged by the British Crown. To this day, New Zealand has some ties to the British Crown, but it has its own identity and is its own nation. That's it. Now go away.
Long Song Historie.